Ron Peter OG here with some prize picks props that I like for tonight. Today's date is 10/27/2022. It's a Thursday. Go ahead and like and subscribe. Let's get right into it. First player I'm looking at tonight is Kyrie Irving, and I'm looking at his points. 26.5 is the prop on Prizepicks. Brooklyn played last night. They played Milwaukee in a tough game. Let's look at Kyrie's numbers from last night. We'll look at his numbers this season. He had 39 minutes last night, so it's a back-to-back game for him tonight. He had 27 points. Game prior, 37. Game prior to that, 30. Game prior to that, 15. So he scored over 26.5 points in his last 3 games. Let's look at his history versus Dallas. You can see he dropped 45 on Dallas last year. It looks like that game was in Dallas. Prior to that, 19-23, he had a 47-point game, 18-25, 33. So he's had decent success. As you can see, he's averaged 25.6 points, 4.9 assists, 3.1 rebounds in 14 games versus the Mavericks in his career. Let's go over here to props.cash. This year isn't the same as last year. As you can see, he's getting a lot of field goal attempts, 21, 24, 24. I'm just looking at this season. 19 field goal attempts. And he's shooting around 45% from the field this year. Now let's go see. Dallas is pretty good defensively. Number 1 against the point guard position. Don't give up many free throws. 3 points allowed, they're pretty good. And points allowed, they're pretty good. This game isn't home, but it is a back-to-back. Dallas was off last night. So they were sitting in New York, watching New York play, watching Brooklyn play Milwaukee last night, which I think is an advantage, which is one of the reasons they are favored by 3 points tonight. They were off. They were in Brooklyn while Brooklyn was in Milwaukee. I think the role players get a little bit more involved tonight, and I just don't think Kyrie's going to reach the 26.5 points. So I'm going under the 26.5 points for Kyrie tonight. The next play I'm looking at is coming from the Golden State Miami game. I'm looking at Jimmy Butler and his points. His prop is 23.5 on the night. He's also coming off a back-to-back. They played last night in Portland. Let's look at his game logs for the year. He scored 24, 18, 24, 16, and 17. 17 last night against Portland in 28 minutes. Let's go over to props.cash and look at him. Look at this real closely. All right. Prop is 23.5. He's hit that 60% of the time this year, 3 out of 5 games. If we look over here, Golden State's defense against the shooting guard position, points allowed, they give up a lot of points. Field goal percentage allowed, not good. 3 points allowed, neutral. Jimmy doesn't shoot threes. Not really worried about that. Free throws allowed. Jimmy does get to the line. That could affect things. Against the shooting guard defense, they're good. They're favored by 6 tonight. Jimmy's been shooting, pretty steady. Looks like 15, 16, 17 attempts a game. And he's hitting, a little below half of those. Free throw attempts is where it can make a difference at. On the road, you don't tend to go to the line as much. So he only went to the line 4 times last night on the road. So I think that does make a difference. And let's look at him first, Golden State. He hit that mark. Let's go to 23. And he didn't hit that mark last year. But let's look at a more detailed look at Jimmy against Golden State. Against Golden State in his career, he's averaged 18.1 points, 6.4 rebounds, 4.4 assists in 18 games versus Golden State. Let's look at this. Against Miami, again, while he's been with Miami, he hasn't scored over 23 points against Golden State. If we really closely look at this, the last time he even scored 23 points against Golden State was 2016. He went over 23 points in 2015 when he was with Chicago. I don't see why that's going to change tonight. I know Golden State gives up a lot of points, but Jimmy is coming off a back-to-back. He's an older player. I'll take all that into consideration. My pick on this is, let's look at Action Labs and see what they got him at. For points, they got him at 21 tonight. DraftKings got him a pretty heavy favorite to go under 23.5. So does BetMGM, Points Bet. I just don't think the game scenario is going to go where he's going to get a whole lot of points tonight. Some other areas in this game may be enhanced, but I don't think it's going to be the points. I'm going to take Jimmy Butler under 23.5 points tonight.